It is time for the finals of the 2025 Texas State Crokinole Championship, a Tier 3 National Crokinole Association event hosted by the Extra Pint Crokinole Club in Dallas, Texas. The players we have are Justin Frerich on your left and Ryan Buhr on your right. This will be a race to 9, a volley to see who decides the first hammer. Looks like Buhr gets to decide. Taking a final look, it's Buhr's decision. And he gives Frerich the first shot, giving Buhr the hammer for the first round. Again, players will be playing to 9 points. The first to hit that goalpost will be the 2025 Texas State Crokinole champion. We will now see Frerich try to pull it off the post, but hits and sticks in that spot. Buhr doing a great job getting play to the outside. Frerich now most likely to peel, actually keeping his on. I think at this point, Buhr can just extend play to the outside. He's in a great spot right now. One piece now in the 5. Frerich unable to get the off. 2 pieces on the board. One very well hidden behind a post. Frerich with an invalid shot. Buhr now to have 3 on the outside, his side of the board. I would say this round is all but sealed unless we see a big mistake out of Buhr. Frerich needs to peel as much as he can to force Buhr back to the center if he wants to get back into this. See him peel a shot, only gets 1 piece off. Buhr now, if he can score an open 20, should seal it. Very nice. Frerich, still some work to do, getting pieces off. That was a nice double, but doesn't lose his own shooter in the process, so we'll see Buhr just hit and stick in that area. Absolutely nothing Frerich can do here at this point. Final shot inconsequential. Pretty much, Buhr will be taking the first 2 points of this race to 9. Up 20 and a piece on the board. Buhr will open up the second round of this match. Going a little bit long on his first shot. We'll see what Frerich does with this. Rolling between the posts, doesn't quite get the red off. That could prove to be beneficial to Frerich later in the match. As in, right now later. He's going to play to that outside piece. Keep play far away where Buhr will be forced to peel. Frerich, working with the hammer, is more than content to keep play on the outside and finding that perfect spot where Buhr has to half-hole it. And getting a mistake out of Buhr. Buhr doesn't get between the posts. Frerich now forced to play to the center. Staying a little close to the middle there. Might be a touch 20 here for Buhr up the line. And Buhr gets it with the off. Very nice. Bit of pressure on Frerich now to get a 20. If he stays in the 15, technically they'll be tied in points, but not an ideal position. Frerich just inches short. A heavy hanger for Buhr. Not quite able to get it. But now putting Frerich in a difficult spot. Almost getting into the 15. The issue is Buhr now set up for a double. Hunts for it. Doesn't get it. Frerich will be looking to push play up into that 15. Knocks Buhr's piece into the center. That was costly. That should all but seal the round. Frerich at this point would need an invalid shot out of Buhr, or for Buhr to not get the off and not demote his piece in the 15. Buhr does have to shoot at this point, but if he's able to knock off one of Frerich's pieces, even demote it, then he should be good to win this round. Taking his time, he knows what this shot means. That seals it. Even with an off and a 20, it won't be enough to cancel out the 20s disparity that Frerich faces. Ryan Buhr going up 4-0. This video coverage is provided to you by Tracey Boards, the official board builders for the World Crokinole Championships. To learn more or to buy your very own board, go to traceyboards.com. A link is in the description below. Frerich, 2 for 2 in his open 20s. Buhr following suit. And we're seeing a bit of a 20s race now. Buhr with a slight advantage, working with the hammer, but that only matters if Frerich makes a mistake. And right now, 4 for 4 on his shots, batting 1,000. Neither player wanting to be the one to mess up. And we're getting pretty close to on track for a perfect round. We've seen Buhr do it before. I'm not sure we've seen a Frerich on camera hit a perfect, just lips out there. 20 opportunity for Buhr. Doesn't take it, didn't need it though. One piece on the board is all he'll need to win this round. Frerich with a nice takeout, but perhaps giving Buhr the opportunity to keep play on his side of the board. Very nice. I do not think there's an easy 20 here for Frerich. I think that's a little too far back for an angle in. We'll see what he's able to do with it, though. He goes for it. Not able. Doesn't get the off either. Buhr just needs to make contact. Right now, they're completely tied. As long as he touches Frerich's piece and stays on the board, Buhr will take another 2 points, which he does, bringing the score 6-0 in favor of Buhr. Buhr opening up with the 20. And Frerich now working with the hammer, coming up short though, and leaving a backboard for Buhr with the opportunity to get a strong lead in the 20s cup. Frerich going for that bump and run. And he gets it, catching up ever so slightly. Also keeping play on his side of the board. Buhr, tons of action off the post. Unfortunately, leaving Frerich with something of a hanger. Doesn't look to be too heavy, but a bit of a peculiar angle. Frerich unable to capitalize. Passing the chance back to Buhr. Buhr has two options. Basically get in or get away. Looks like he'll be trying to get away. Stays too close. This looks like a much better opportunity for Frerich. And he gets it with the off, tying up the cup with only 4 shots for each player left. Buhr finding his range again on the open 20s. Frerich not quite able to find that range for the 20, a little bit too strong there. Buhr fully capitalizes on that mistake, now up 2 in the cup. Frerich will be looking for a mistake, but with that 20, Buhr's guaranteed the tie. And with that mistake, the win. Nice follow through from Buhr. Absolutely unnecessary. But still, way too many 20s for Frerich to catch up on. Buhr takes another 2 points and is now 1 point away from being the 2025 Texas State Crokinole champion. That being said, we've seen players who have been down 8-0 make a comeback. So anything's possible. We could see Frerich do it. Going long on that first shot, though. Buhr getting the open 20. Good advantage to start off the round. Frerich coming up short again. Backboard for Buhr. 220 advantage to start things off. But Frerich with that 20 leaves Buhr an interesting shot. Frerich's own piece against a post. Buhr unable to get the bounce back 20. Also opening the door for Frerich to tie it up in the cup. Very nice. Piece on the board. He's certainly not out of the woods yet. That pink piece is weirdly close to that post. And it got to Buhr. Bit too much power on Buhr's shot. Gets a mistake. Frerich unable to capitalize. Lots of action off the post for Buhr. Buhr working with the hammer right now. Really likes this spot. His side of the 15, tied in the cup. Frerich does a good job pulling it back, a bit too close, so Buhr doesn't get the 20. This could be interesting. Frerich needs to be very careful here. That red piece is in the perfectly most horrible spot that it could be, because it's going to be very hard to take that out without hitting his own piece or causing some chaos in the center that he doesn't much like. Decides to take it up the line. Very nice. Be up to Buhr now. If Buhr really wants to solidify this round, he'll be looking for a double, and he gets it. That could be it, folks. Frerich needs an off and a 20 to win this round. And I'm looking at the time here. I may have been wrong about it being a race to 9. Yeah, I had to have been wrong about it being a race to 9. Going. Yep, alright. Buhr takes another 2 points, bringing the score 10-0. I stand corrected. We're in for some bonus rounds, folks. 10-0. We're still in it. I don't know how long this race is. I guess I'll put a note about that in the video as you listen to my confused commentary here. But Frerich working with the hammer right now. Lots of pressure on him. Down 5 rounds. Needs to come back. Leaving a backboard for Buhr, which Buhr capitalizes on. Now up 2 in the cup. Buhr draining that open 20. Frerich draining that open 20. And leaving Buhr to work on the far side of the board. Buhr content to stay on. He's up in the cup right now, so putting the pressure on Frerich to roll play back into the house. Looks like Frerich's trying to get that perfect hide, and he gets a mistake out of Buhr to at least leave an open board for Frerich to go for a 20, and he gets it. 3 shots left. Buhr going long. This could be big for Frerich if he can roll away. He gets a roll. Beauty spot. Just centimeters from being out, but still in play. Buhr has to play to it. Frerich more than content to hit and stick there. Buhr's final shot. He needs a 20 to put any significant pressure on. That should do it. We'll see Frerich take his first 2 points in this race to, I'm going to guess, 11. But I guess we'll see, folks. It is a mystery to me. Frerich draining that first open 20. Buhr with the hammer, but coming up short, leaving a heavy hanger for Frerich here. Unable to capitalize. Not in a great spot for Buhr to work with it, though. We'll see what he's able to do. Maybe a follow-through. Looks like that's what he was going for, but doesn't get it. Play on Frerich's side of the board now. Very nice, keeping to the outside. Not quite hidden from Buhr yet. Buhr gets the peel, leaving Frerich with a chance to get an open 20. Really make this hurt, and he gets it. Up 2 in the cup. Almost halfway through the shots now. Buhr will need some mistakes out of his opponent, not himself, if he wants to get back into this round. Frerich staying awfully close to the center, on the right side of the hole, though. Nice shot from Frerich. May have opened the door for Buhr to roll in. Getting back into the house, but not in a spot where he can really work with it quite yet. I don't think Frerich's very tempted by the 20 here. Now this is where Buhr wants play to be for his final 2 shots. He needs 2 20s to get back into this, and okay, that does it. Frerich doesn't need to shoot. As long as he doesn't knock that red into the 20, he should be good. That does it. Frerich to take another 2 points, and the comeback has begun. Bringing the score 10-4. Still a distance from getting back into this, but certainly doable. Frerich with a backboard 20. Very nice. Up in the cup with the hammer. Buhr now finding his range. Frerich coming up short this time. Buhr capitalizes. Now 2 for 2 in the cup. Taking a look, it seems like that pink piece is still in play. Could be advantageous for Frerich. Buhr now forced to play to the far side of the board. He will be looking to peel. And Frerich, we'll see if he keeps his range on that open 20. We've seen a mistake out of him this round. And that doesn't keep up. Very nice, dialing back in. Buhr also dialed in, though, over halfway through the shots. Frerich coming up short. Heavy hanger for Buhr. He needs this. He gets it. Down to the final shots. We could see Buhr take it all here and now as Frerich goes long. Buhr with a beautiful roll away. Getting play far to the back. Frerich has to peel. And that takes him out of it. That is game over. Buhr has officially become your 2025 Texas State Crokinole champion. We see the handshake. It was a race to 11. Congratulations to Ryan Buhr and a well-fought match to both of these players. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not sure what we'll be covering next, but there's more competitive Crokinole coming your way. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay tuned to the competitive Crokinole universe. My name is Garret, and as always, happy flicking.